Watch out for the ice storm. Since 2001, names of 11 Atlantic hurricanes beginning with the letter I have been discontinued due to severe damage they have caused. Recently, Greater Hurricane Ian caused the most costly disaster in Florida history. A year ago, it wreaked havoc in Ida, Louisiana, followed by unprecedented flooding in the northeast. Great Hurricane Irma in 2017 flattened parts Leeward and British Virgin Islands before hitting Florida Keys as Cat 4. Ingrid, Irene, Igor, Ike, Ivan, Isabel, Isidore, and Iris completed surprisingly long list of I names retired from turn century. For NBC South Florida Idalia is the next name on the 2023 list. Will Idalia form in the Gulf of Mexico early next week? The National Hurricane Center thinks this is likely. However, potential future Idalia will need several meteorological components to come together before the storm can be named. Its current shape is a large swirling area around the low pressure north of Honduras. Now entire planet knows how warm sea surface temperatures are in Atlantic, including Caribbean Sea where disturbance is currently present, and Gulf of Mexico, where it is expected to go next. As a result, system will not have any shortcomings in terms of hot water. But the large low pressure is not enough to trigger tropical storm formation. Surface barometric pressure will need to drop and the low pressure will need to be consolidated around Central America rather than remaining as an ill-defined return zone. The catalyst for this to happen could be upper low pressure area predicted by computer models in the northeastern corner of Gulf of Mexico. This upper low could provide the appropriate atmospheric dynamics that will deepen and strengthen the Caribbean system as it moves north. Fortunately, there is one factor that will prevent the Gulf disturbance from turning into a worrying tropical hurricane. Windslide has been present and strong enough in most parts of the Atlantic basin for most of this season. The next 5 days will be no exception in our part of the world. The Tropical Tidbits GFS forecast predicts average wind shear on August 25-30 at an altitude of 5,000 to 39,000 feet above the surface through Tropical Tidbits. 9 tropical storms have formed so far this hurricane season. However, as of Friday, only one had reached hurricane strength. It's a very low hurricanito storm ratio. And wind shear has played a big part in keeping numerous storms under control. This is exactly what computer models are dealing with in the current disturbance. Will the wind shear be strong and keep the Caribbean weak? Or will slip be weaker and the system turn into a strong tropical storm or even a hurricane over Gulf of Mexico? A weaker systemA stronger system could move northward into the Panhandle, while a more powerful system could head northeast into central Florida. The main concern for South Florida will likely be the indirect effects in the form of deep moisture and distant spira.